I decided to, make a video about Chuck E. Cheese, because I haven't made one in a while. First of all, my first issue is why Chuck E. Cheese, the real reason Chuck E. Cheese is failing. Party is over. Shows like clickbait, probably AI generated thumbnail of skull, skeleton. How's that even anatomy? I can't draw skeletons, but I can tell that does not look like Sans from Undertale. And it's the pizza. It's like a broccoli pizza, but the crust is green, like moldy, which makes zero sense. And the pepperonis, if you can call that, and there's green splecks in the cheese. And then Chuck's over there crying, oh my god, no. But I already seen it, but I forget it, sadly.
It's 1997 and
Oh,
life
that's
couldn't be
loud.
better. It's your birthday and you're
1990s.
living it up. You and 24 of your best friends are having a blast at the
24 of my
arcade,
best
competing
friends.
for the high score in skee-ball.
Skee
Your little
ball.
brother is going nuts in the ball pit, which means he's
There's
not
no
annoying
ball
you.
pits in
Pretty soon you'll be eating
1997.
pizza and watching a show from the coolest
It's already the Sky Zones, because they got rid of the ball pits by the 90s. And those skee balls, it's 17 seconds in. And these skee
It's
balls do not
1997
look
and
like
life
any
couldn't be
alley
better.
rollers.
It's your birthday and you're living it up. You and 24 of your
1997.
best friends are having a blast at the
24 of my
arcade,
best friends.
competing for the high score in skee-ball. Your little brother is going nuts in the ball pit, which
not
means
in the
he's
ball
not
pit.
annoying you.
His ass
Pretty
is
soon
not
you'll be
in
eating
a
pizza
ball
and
pit. His ass is not in the ball pit. And what are they eating too? What are they? Soda? Yeah, there's soda machines at Chuck E. Cheese, I think. But burger and fries? Is this Bond's Burgers? Jack Walton? Where's Jack Walton? But yeah, these children.
watching a show from the coolest robots you've ever seen. And then
What are those Transformers? Transgenders? The woke mind virus? Yeah. Why am I saying that? Never mind. Yeah, what are those?
it's time for presents.
Time for
Where
presents.
is this birthday
Wow.
wonderland? Why, where else but Chuck E. Cheese, of course.
Yeah, that's the Phase 4 sign, I believe. On top
It's
of
the
what is this place? What is this place? The flag of Chuck E. Cheese? Hey, this is fair use, right? The Infant Rose. With its 15.1 million subscribers would never go after me, a spawn YouTuber with 30 subscribers, right?
place where good times never end.
Good
Or
times
so
never
it
end.
seems, because today, the home of the singing animal band definitely
Yeah, lightning strike the sign for some reason. I like to imagine this little guy over here goes, this ain't the Chuck E. Cheese I remember.
isn't what it used to be. Find out why on this episode of the Infographics Show. Why Chuck E. Cheese is failing. How did Chuck E. Cheese go downhill? To find out, we've got to look at how it got so big and
I went for college for this. I went to college for this. Isn't... Dude. Isn't the first thing that you do when become a mascot pretty much anywhere is never talk, even if you can do the voices, and why are they using that one Pineville grand reopening photograph, and it looks like someone vector told it or something. It's just all weird.
It all comes down to one thing.
You know, it's like the Rockstar shirt and pants.
Birthday parties. These have been a beloved childhood tradition for the better part of a century, and like everything else, it tends to get bigger as it goes on. What started out as a little gathering for a family with a box cake and a special
Happy
meal
birthday!
soon
Yeah, what happened to the little, you know, the little gathering with close friends and family? It seems today that all you see is birthdays at Chuck E. Cheese, skee-ball machines. Whatever happened to those good old-fashioned birthdays with usually live? Welcome to the Chuck E. Cheese. Anyways, Family Guy, weird thing.
turned into the entire school class.
Yeah, the whole entire school class. If I ever threw a birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese, no one would come. Quite frankly, you know, my local location has 2.0. Never really been into it after it got 2.0. I saw the exterior of it. Which I'm just saying,
Coming over to celebrate and bringing presents, and that meant more work for.
But it's like when the lackluster 2.0, it's because they kept the old booths. Not got any 2.0 booths, I believe.
Mom and Dad. Well,
I'm one cupcake short of a meltdown.
usually Mom. Those kids need to be fed, and the party games need to be put together, and the place needs to be decorated. Yeah. Let's face it all could get a little overwhelming.
Yep.
Which led to the rise of the Party Palace. The idea of a dedicated.
I mean, you know, if you think about it, little history lesson. Noah Bushnell, co-founder of Atari, wanted a place to be family friendly, and he can put his arcade machines in there. Besides, the easiest food to make is pizza, so that's why they have pizza. And he was also inspired by Disney to put like animatronic shows in there, and that's how Chuck E. Cheese was born, basically. So,
place for birthday parties.
Yeah, like, isn't that just like a diner? You know, I like going to like restaurants like that. Like, dude, Waffle House. I love Waffle House.
Was a long time coming. By the 80s, many places were offering party packages, restaurants and fast.
Well, yeah, McDonald's, you can have your birthday party there. I mean, technically, you can have your birthday party anywhere.
Food places.
Oh yeah, I do remember. I think a couple years back, I went to Red Robin, which is like my favorite restaurant, besides Waffle House, of course. And I got a cookie because it was my birthday. It was like the best. Anyways, but like, who goes to the gym for their birthday? The mall? I mean, there's things to do at the mall. It looks like a rolling thing, like roller skates and whatnot. But like, second story fast food restaurant is crazy.
Community centers, gym clubs.
Gym clubs. Yeah, Microsoft. Whatever. I'm gonna wait it.
Offering party packages, restaurants and fast food places, community centers, gym clubs, bowling alleys, and roller rinks were all popular.
Birthday parties became big business.
Spots, but none of them were designed for the party game. The Party Palace.
The party game. The Party Palace
was a combination of just about everything a kid could want.
Anyways, where is that kid at? Like, in the sky or something?
One-stop wonderland packed.
In 1982, U.S. arcades hit their peak, making around $8 billion in revenue. I need to fact check that. See where they visualized it, at least. But I'm too lazy to do that.
With everything a kid could dream of: an arcade, a ball
Lord,
pit,
those
and a
machines.
steady supply of pizza.
Guys, get your
But the
pizza.
original business would have a little something.
Like, there's coffee. How are you holding like 2, 3, 4, 5? No, that's like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 pizzas at once. Why is like the kitchen like that? And like there's like pine trees and whatnot.
Extra from an unexpected source, because Chuck E. Cheese wasn't the first innovation from its famous founder.
I believe I'm the sequel.
Nolan Bushnell was a very rich man because he helped to invent video games. He was the co-founder of Atari, the very first home video game console.
Atari's Pong, released in 1972, was the first hit video game, selling over 18,000 arcade machines by 1974.
Company, and he had experience working in the amusement park industry as well. He had watched the world of our.
He worked in like a music park when he was like a teenager.
Arcades grow, but most of the current businesses were geared toward older gamers. He wanted to create a place where families could come and have fun in a safe environment, and kids could discover video games.
Is this his mouth, or like is that just one buck tooth?
For the first time. And to do that, he went back to his theme park roots. The big innovation for the business, then known as Pizza Time Theater, was.
What is that guy on the far right corner? It's like Helen Henny's old design and like Munch, but they're like full body characters. And the pose, like Cyberremix can't do that pose. I don't think even CAI bots can do that pose. What is that character, though?
A set of audio animatronics, singing robots covered in felt to resemble funny animals. And at the center would be the company's mascot, Charles Entertainment Cheese, more commonly known as Chuck E. Cheese. The singing mouse was the master of the ceremonies, the lead singer, and the friendly face that would greet guests. After all, kids love talking mice, right? But from the start, there was trouble. Bushnell had initially planned to have the mascot be a coyote, but was shipped a rat costume instead. So he came up with the name Chuck E. Cheese after Rick Rat.
Next time, let's not trust USPS. The Microsoft delivery. No, they bought that from. He probably was the rat, like, you know. But anyways,
was deemed not marketable.
We need something unique, something with cheese.
But the business would run into trouble from the start. The first Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Time Theater opened in San Jose in 1977.
Why are they outside? The first Chuck E. Cheese did not look like that. I can just tell you that. At least, you know, Defunctland actually is a good, credible YouTuber.
Originally under the Atari partnership with Warner Communications. But when the parent company wasn't impressed, Bushnell doubled down. He bought out the rights to his new concept for $500,000 and started opening new locations across California and Nevada. It didn't take long.
The second location was in San Jose, Custer. But like Showbiz Pizza, technically, you know, I want to see how they explain this.
Before Bushnell had competition, Showbiz Pizza entered the scene, founded by one of his rivals. A legal battle followed, and Bushnell came out with a share of the right.
It was founded by Bob Rock. After he was originally partners with Nolan and Chuck E. Cheese, but decided, Aaron Fechter's animatronics, which he saw at like a convention, were a lot better than the stuff Chuck E. Cheese had. So, yeah, but like they never really opened a restaurant like that. It's like the Krusty Krab 2. I demand justice with extra cheese.
But just as things seemed to be gaining steam, the 1983 video game market crash hit hard, resulting in bankruptcy.
They had Chapter 11 bankruptcy in this.
next year, and he
Yeah,
would face
that's
the
true.
ultimate indignity. Chuck E. Cheese's was
You know, technically, because after being sued, like the company that's Chuck E. Cheese sued Showbiz Pizza Time. No, it wasn't Showbiz Pizza Time at the time, but it was just Showbiz Pizza, and they were paying like most of their profits to them, so they just bought the company. They just bought Chuck E. Cheese.
purchased by
Agreed.
Showbiz Pizza Time Inc., merging the two companies.
Yeah.
But as Bushnell
Merging.
already had a stake in his former rival, it was a natural partnership. At first, the two brands coexisted, but as
Yeah.
the 80s made way for the 90s, it was clear which was the stronger brand. Eventually, the former Showbiz location started
Well, because the executives wanted Aaron to sell the characters, because the characters, quite frankly, of the Rockfire were a lot better than the Piece of Time players, in concept at least, and mechanically too. Yeah, and they couldn't get the characters off of Aaron, so they just converted all of the Showbiz Pizzas into Chuck E. Cheese's with concept unification. Yeah.
rebranding to Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza, and by 1994, the conversion was complete. Bushnell's concept had a rocky start,
I mean,
but
I
it had
think
become the ultimate
no one was like out of the company like by then, so I don't know what they're.
powerhouse in kids' entertainment. Now it would have to stay there. The 1990s was a boom time for party places, as countless new franchises opened.
Boom. Anyways,
Some like Razzmatazz and New
I've never heard of Razzmatazz. What even is that?
Jersey basically copied Chuck E. Cheese's model, but with a different vibe, a jazz-oriented
this?
audio animatronic show that
I
may
want
have flown a
Chucky.
little over kids' heads. Others, like Discovery Zone, shifted the
Discovery
focus
Zone,
entirely,
yeah.
centering
Well,
the entertainment around
Technically, Showbiz Pizza now rebranded as just Chuck E. Cheese by this point. After Discovery Zone wasn't doing well, they bought Discovery Zone and turned most of Discovery Zone locations into Chuck E. Cheese's.
a massive jungle gym packed with slides and nets for kids to explore. But pretty soon, the market became saturated. Many of the new chains and businesses either outright failed or slowly declined. And Chuck E. Cheese didn't just survive, it thrived. By the mid-90s, it was the place
Yeah,
to
who
go for
is
kids'
that?
birthday parties. The Singing Mouse and his band of
Pasquale is just a regular human. But like that, I suppose that's supposed to be Jasper.
colorful characters.
Oh, I should probably read that.
90s, it was the place to go for kids' birthday
supposedly that's
parties.
Jasper.
The Singing Mouse and his band of
In 1998, Chuck E. Cheese reported revenues of $379.4 million, up from $350.3 million in 1997. So a 29.1 difference.
colorful characters,
Million.
which included a
Huh?
human chef for some reason, had starred in animated movies and TV
Oh
specials.
yeah, like the
Every
Galaxy 500. That's probably what they're referencing, or like the AI is.
location had largely become a similar recognizable spot.
Oh,
There was
yeah.
the collection of arcade games, the ball pit, the simple menu of pizza
Yeah,
and
what
other
are
kid-friendly
those?
treats, and of course
They
the
even
stage
have a ball
featuring the
pit.
famous characters.
Well,
While the
are
big
they
money
just
was
in
in
the
the
middle of
birthday
the
parties,
store?
the place was always open to the public, with families frequently coming there for some brief
Is
play
that Joe
and a meal.
Biden spelling
Seemed
the
like
kid's
a total
hair?
juggernaut in the world of kids' entertainment. So, how did it all go wrong? Today, Chuck E. Cheese is still around, although it has a far smaller number of locations than it
Oh,
did at its
yeah.
peak. With 621 locations worldwide, including over 450 in the United States alone, it's still the dominant name in its field of
Yeah.
kid-friendly restaurants.
Technically, there was some locations in Australia, some in China, I believe, some in the Middle East. I don't know about the UK though, and there was definitely none in Alaska. I know that for sure.
But trouble is brewing under
There's
the
some in Canada, though.
surface. The wildly popular chain has almost become more of a punchline than a party in some circles. Associate
Ah, yes, a land of broken arcade, codes, pizza, and confusing plays. Quite frankly, every time we've been to Chuck E. Cheese, I had a pretty good experience. I don't know about some other locations. Ugh, jeepers.
not with childhood fun, but with poor food, outdated games, and questionable customer service. Is it fair, or is it just a case of people turning on an old
Toilet.
favorite? It's
Skippity
complicated,
toilet,
but there are a
Sigma.
lot of reasons that sent Chuck E. Cheese into a downward spiral. From the start, there was one big difference between Chuck E. Cheese and its rival Showbiz Pizza. Showbiz's team saw itself as a serious pizzeria with an arcade and an audio animatronic.
There's a couple more than one difference. First of all, Showbiz actually were better than Chuck E. Cheese. They had better animatronics, better food, pretty much better everything. Oh, there is a cool pizza.
Show as a bonus. Meanwhile, Chuck E. Cheese saw itself as a destination for fun first and food
There are cool games here, but the pizza is terrible.
second. So
I
it
like their pizza.
didn't put too much effort into its menu, and it showed. For a long time, it was just cheese pizza and pepperoni pizza, which kids were happy with. However, the company eventually started adding up
Yeah, and the ghost chicken, the ghost kitchen, like Pasquale's Pizza and Wings. Yeah, technically those were on the menu. I don't know how long, but I know for sure they did not have fries.
other options like wings, french fries, meatballs, and fancier pizzas for the grown-ups. But that doesn't mean that they can hold up to the competition. Pizza is one of the most fiercely competitive markets in the US. Just about every neighborhood has an old-school pizzeria and at least one modern spot. And that is before you mention the massive fast food chains
Pizza
like
Hut.
Domino's and Pizza Hut.
Oh,
The pizza at Chuck E.
Hut.
Cheese
Oh, Pizza Hut. A Domino, a pepperoni pizza, and a Pizza Hut. McDonald's. Anyways, that was fine.
is just
You don't go to the rock concert for snacks.
considered okay, reminding many people of how frozen, mass-produced pizza tastes, to which the company would argue that no one comes here for the food. But that still hasn't stopped them from trying to gain attention from new food options over the years. The addition of the grown-up menu helped things, with past additions like
because
deli
we can do it
sandwiches,
all.
but few stuck around. But trying to appeal to adults would bring another issue to the table. If you asked people to describe Chuck E. Cheese, they would probably say family-friendly.
Great
Every
sport
child
for
who
the
walks
whole
through the doors is
family.
bringing at least one adult with them, and they have to be kept entertained as well. Some Chuck E. Cheeses even offered beer and wine, but drunk adults tend to become a little rowdy, and that's led to maybe the biggest PR problem Chuck E. Cheese has. It's become shorthand for a chaotic place filled with rowdy kids and sometimes
The Chuck E. Cheese fight videos were real. It's just, those were heavily mishandled by the employees, the company itself. So, yeah.
even rowdier adults. And over the years, Chuck E. Cheese has tended to wind up in the
Yeah, Reddit.com, which is how I found out about this video.
news for the wrong
What's going on in this place?
reasons. For kids,
Chaos.
the business seems like heaven on earth. But from an outsider's perspective, it seems like chaos waiting to happen. It's packed with adrenaline-pumping activities for kids, and they're generally
don't
let
think
loose
these
to
are
have
in
fun for the
Chuck E.
duration,
Cheese's.
while mom and dad try to keep busy. The result is fights, lots of them.
Yeah.
There have been many stories about older kids trying to steal tokens from
my
younger
God,
kids,
what?
bumping them out of the way
No!
of games,
Crying
plowing them
child.
over in
Is that
What
Michael?
did
tokens from
Michael
younger kids,
Afton.
bumping them out of the way of games, plowing them over in the ball pit.
Great. Side note at the time, I do believe his name is Dave, the crying child.
Many protect
Because in the books, William goes by Dave Miller. Maybe it's because his son was named Dave. A little grief-struck if I believe so myself.
parents
No, honey, we're not going to Chuck E. Cheese.
might be hesitant about bringing young kids there, but that is nothing compared to what the parents get up to. Parents Gone Wild
Gone
is a
Wild.
popular genre of Chuck E. Cheese
Parents Gone
videos, with
Wild.
many resulting in arrests. One of the most infamous cases involve a
He stole
scam
my
artist's dad
wallet.
using kids to steal purses
He stole my keys! Oh, how did I go? Off of SpongeBob. The pickles are under his tongue.
Around the restaurant. Then there was the skee-ball showdown, where two women got into a full-blown fight after one of them reportedly pushed the other's toddler out of the way. But that is nothing compared to the massive brawl that erupted at a Pennsylvania Chuck E. Cheese in 2016. An argument between the mother of a 1-year-old child and the father's new girlfriend quickly escalated into a fight, and before long it turned into a full-blown fist fight involving nearly 50 people outside of the restaurant.
Whoa.
And the man himself isn't above getting in trouble. The parent company has been cited multiple times for child labor violations, paying a fine of $28,000 for violations in San Francisco. But don't worry, lost kids aren't put to work inside animatronics. The violations stem from teenagers being used to do tasks that they're not legally allowed to do.
Bro. Dude, whatever.
Using machines that are deemed too dangerous. While the parent company has reportedly cleaned up its act, it's still not a headline anyone wants to see about their company. But that is nothing.
Spleen rocks? It's Finance at Freddy's wheel guy? Oh my god! Whoa. Anyways, why don't we use some teenagers and put them into the Spleen rocks? Secret of the Mimic is straight up peak. Anyways.
Compared to the biggest challenge Chuck E. Cheese faced, staying cool. Most companies aim for the broadest audience possible, hoping to grow with their customers over time, offering new products or experiences as kids get older, and keeping families engaged at every stage. But while Chuck E. Cheese continues to be popular with elementary school-age kids, it's still pretty much a dead brand as soon as they get older. Arcades are still popular. Most of those kids will usually choose to go somewhere like Dave & Buster's. They want more mature entertainment that lets them brutalize their opponent in a fighting game. And all these problems would come home to roost in a big way. In the 2000s, the company wasn't exactly thriving anymore, but it was certainly surviving. Rockstar. It had tried to make its mascot
We hired Rockstar. Hey, Rockstar, you're welcome.
You're cooler by giving him a new voice actor in the form of the frontman for Bowling for Soup, as well as a slimmer design.
Yep. They do make some good songs. Anyways.
Then in 2014, they were sold to Apollo Global Management for $1.3 billion. They began testing new concepts aimed at appealing to adults and teens. In 2019, they went live on the New York Stock Exchange in what they hoped would be a bold new start for the company. But 2020 had other plans. COVID-19 hit just about every business like a truck, but none more so than Chuck E. Cheese. Many thought that it would be a bold new start for the company. But 2020 had other plans. COVID-19 hit just about every business like a truck, but
no, this definitely closed up like Soup Blood Nation.
None more so than Chuck E. Cheese. Many thought that it would spell the end of the franchise like it did for the soup and salad buffet Souplantation. For one thing, the company's immediate bread and butter was cut out from under it. No one was going to be hosting large birthday parties during the early days of the virus, and the pandemic made everyone think more seriously about sanitation. And suddenly, that ball pit and all those arcade games touched by hundreds of kids each day looked a lot less appealing. The company needed to stay alive, so it tried something unconventional. It was mid-2020, and one of the most embarrassing affairs in Chuck E. Cheese history was about to unfold. The pandemic had closed dine-in restaurants almost everywhere, so many restaurants were pivoting to delivery to keep their doors opening. Pivoting to delivery to keep their doors opening. This was a massive boon to delivery apps like DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub. And users saw a new business when searching local businesses. Pasquale's Pizza and Wings. A simple menu offering, you guessed it, at an affordable price. Many people took the swing and got their food. It wasn't very good, but it was satisfying enough, and to many people, oddly familiar. Internet sleuths were soon on the case. It took some digging, but people soon discovered that the company behind Pasquale's was none other than Chuck E. Cheese. In fact, the name comes from Pasquale P. Pieplate, the human chef who's a member of the audio animatronic brand from the famous stage show. Eventually, the social media pressure on Chuck E. Cheese became too much. After all, people had a lot of time on their hands, and the company admitted that they were behind the new ghost kitchen business. They claimed the menu used some different recipes that would appeal more to adults, but many people remained skeptical. It all came together into a disaster, and the inevitable happened. By summer of 2020, the company's finances were in serious trouble, and they soon announced a Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing on June 24th. The process would last a little over 6 months, with the bankruptcy cases being settled. But what emerged was a very different company. It was clear that the business model for Chuck E. Cheese wasn't working anymore. The new management knew that in order to avoid going out of business for good, they would have to make some major changes. And some would say those changes cut out the very soul of Chuck E. Cheese.
I mean,
the most iconic feature of Chuck E. Cheese has been the audio animatronic band, known as Munch's Make-Believe Band, and fronted by the famous mouse. But audio animatronics are expensive and difficult to maintain, and Chuck E. Cheese doesn't exactly have Disney money. For a long time, it was common to see audio animatronics only half working, as was immortalized on an episode of The Simpsons. One independent restaurant, Billy Bob's Wonderland in West Virginia, is known for its incredibly run-down set of Showbiz Pizza audio animatronics, which are part of its charm.
I mean, what are these characters?
Has been the audio animatronic band, known as Munch's Make-Believe Band, and fronted by the famous mouse. But audio animatronics are expensive and difficult to maintain, and Chuck E. Cheese doesn't exactly have Disney money. For a long time, it was common to see audio animatronics only half working, as was immortalized on an episode of The Simpsons. One independent restaurant, Billy...
Yeah, is that supposed to be Fats?
Bob's Wonderland in West Virginia...
Is that supposed to be Beach Bear?
Is known for its incredibly run-down set of Showbiz Pizza audio animatronics, which are part of its charm. But that wouldn't fly at Chuck's, so the audio animatronics are being phased out entirely.
Yeah,
if someone visits Chuck E. Cheese today, they might be shocked to see it seems like a shadow of its former self. The band is being replaced with a dance floor where the costumed actors will come and entertain the kids.
Yeah.
This is all part of the company's pivot to more interactive activities, with some locations having new activity features like trampolines and even a Ninja Warrior-themed area that lets kids test their agility. And it's not the only company that's trying to enter the 2020s. The video arcade has changed a lot too. Instead of tokens and tickets, the business has gone the way of Dave & Buster's, with games being played with reloadable cards that also store their prize points. Many of the old-school games like Skee-Ball have also been replaced with modern screen-based games that resemble giant-sized versions of mobile games. It keeps the kids entertained, but many parents have said that the current incarnation lacks the charm of the one they remember. And when it comes to the food, Chuck E. Cheese is getting some outside help. The menu in many locations has a surprising entry these days. Cake slices from Buddy Valastro, better known as the Cake Boss. The massive layer cakes are provided by the outside company and offer a way for the company to sell people an indulgent treat without having to make it in-house. And in 2024, the company partnered with Thrifty Ice Cream to sell their own brand of ice cream, which can be found at both Chuck E. Cheese locations and Rite Aids in Southern California. In all, the company has invested over $350 million in retooling the brand for a new generation. But it hasn't answered the biggest question the company has these days: who is it for? The company's brand with today's kids is getting smaller and smaller. While a new entertainment division launched in 2020, nothing in the way of new kids' entertainment has been released. Additionally, more and more families are cutting back on large-scale birthday parties, focusing on small get-togethers for family and close friends. That means that the people who feel the most strongly about Chuck E. Cheese are the millennials who grew up with it. And the company may just have a plan for that. You just can't walk into a Chuck E. Cheese as an adult to play some games and have some pizza. The locations usually don't allow...
What about such recent eats? YouTuber Shred Seats and Eats.
Unaccompanied adults inside. But in 2024, the parent company announced that they were launching a new game show that would feature adults competing in jumbo-sized versions of Chuck E. Cheese arcade games, including Skee-Ball. And if it's a big enough hit, maybe it's time to start thinking about Chuck E. Cheese After Dark nights for the grown-ups. Did you grow up going to Chuck E. Cheese? What do you think really caused its downfall? Bad pizza, outdated games, or something else? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Want to know how an iconic coffee brand became a lifestyle and maybe flew a little too close to the sun? Check out the real...
Yeah, 1,000... Yeah, just fun that stuff. Yeah, I feel like that's gonna do it for the video. Very much. Yes. Yeah. But anyways, goodbye. See you soon, probably. Hopefully not. No, actually, why I'm saying that. Goodbye.